Hello, welcome to Polybridge, part 3. This is the bridge creative demolition constructive cartoon vehicle jumping game. And this is the bridge that I spent 4 hours on that I completed in the last video, luckily. So on this video we can move on to the new challenges. What's the next one? 18mm school bus jump. 18-meter school bus jump. 9 grand. Wow. It's a pretty small budget for a school bus bridge jump. Oh, cheers, yeah, it was needs to be higher, I guess. Do I get any, no more road left. I wonder if I'm losing because of the... Rock solid Steve McQueen. Losing speed, I think, because of the... Here I try and straighten the road out a little bit, so it's a nice smooth transition into the ramp. So replacing the wood with some steel to make the wood stronger. Not very good at all. I just completely switched the design up there. Much better. Come on! That was easier than the previous one, by far. 20-meter spit, 25,000 station wagon and surfer van. So with this, they both start on the same level, but you have to end up on the bus on the bottom and the station wagon on the top. They do give you hydraulics, so you can build it a little lift in the road. Okay, I don't even have you. Okay, so now we just have to make this one move. So I've added the hydraulics there. Collapse. So hopefully that'll pull that bridge down. I've put a split in there too. Just reinforcing that area. This ain't gonna work. You can do it! Oh! Could have got lucky there. This camper van is just too damn fast. Slow down! Almost. That might have worked if we didn't hit the roof on the top. There she goes, just gonna get some air. Oh yes! Yeah, these levels have been a lot easier than that one. I say as I'm about to... So this one has 3 different levels, so straight away just build the road across the 3 and then I start joining them all together. Build some steel girders high up, intention of creating like a wired support suspension bridge. Add all the wires. Give the steel on the top some thickness, a double layer. So it has some beam structure to it. Complete failure itself up. Oh. Come on! Beautiful. Work of art. People would come to see that bridge from thousands of miles. $36-meter steel arch bridge. It has to be an arch bridge. Wow. Wow. So here imagine the Golden Gate Bridge, but obviously this is not big tubes like the Golden Gate Bridges, like RSJs, so it has no support for a single beam at all. They'll just rotate at their pivot point. So, but my vision is stronger than physics. So that's a bit of a wake-up call. So I think, oh, I'll give it some beam thickness and double it up. I think at that point I ran out of money, so I couldn't add all the steel I wanted. So I thought I'd support the road with a nice beam for the wood because it's cheap. And then start again. Throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. So here I go with a much lower arc. I can attach the road pretty close. So we put the road in there, and then we put some, try and create a beam as well on top of the road in steel, as well as the arch. It's quite hard with this game to put nodes on top of pieces, so that's why you see I'm struggling now, because they're so close together. The road wasn't tied into anything then, so I was just testing the steel structure. Okay, we need some road. So now tie in the road in with the steel structure with wood. It's all a bit of a mess, but there's a concept that may work. Put another layer on the top, try and add more stiffness. Come on, school bus. So there's not too many fatty kids on there. Oh, wonderful. What a design. What a design. It's delight. Only 15 grand over. I think the actual bridge weight there was far above and beyond the bus. So as soon as the bridge was stable, the bus would have gone across it. 40-meter double jump. What the hell? What? Yeah. I don't try to make this too hard. So here is on the other jumps, just creating the structure. We've got a lot more steel now, so we can create supports from the rocks. Didn't realise how fast these monster trucks were as well, so it's going to be a lot easier than originally assumed. They both look fast enough to make it completely over the jump, so as long as the ramps are strong enough, it's just a matter of keep trial and error to get the trajectories right. Oh, there you go. Where's your flank, man? Oh, it's good. It's all good. Oh, they switch. Oh, they switch ones. Okay. Oh, just need to look. So I've drawn the outlining road there, pretty much what I expect them to do. So now it's just a matter of creating the reinforcement. Feels like you can cheat a bit when you get so much steel because you just go crazy with it. Oh! Wonderful. Epic. Wow. 20-meter fork jump. I don't know what a fork jump is. 2 city guards. Is that the same map? Oh no. Oh, one has to go. How'd you do that? Oh, there's hydraulics. So yeah, my realisation there that with hydraulics is basically just the jump has to change configuration. So the first car goes, and then the jump actually changes shape with the hydraulics, so you can change the angle of it. So car A has to go to the bottom on the other side of the river, and then car B has to go to the top. So I'm using the restraint at the back to stop the whole jump from pivoting around. So he's realising I'm not got enough there yet, just keep adding it on, until there's enough strength in that wood to stop the whole bridge from rotating around. Like that. I mess around with different configurations using some cable. Just keep adding materials, make it strong enough. Wait, I can't see the other flag. Oh, yes. Funny thing is, I steer it so here, so A goes to the top, and then I realise that he's supposed to go to the bottom. So all I have to do is invert the end of the ramp, and invert the hydraulics. Yeah. So here I've got the bridge basically strong enough. I've got the first car landing where I need to. So all I have to tweak now is the end of the ramp. Just keep playing with that until we get the car up there. You're screwed, dude. Very close to us. Oh, come on. It's just a lot of tweaking now. Oh, it takes a lot longer than you would think. Oh, come on. Fly like an eagle. Yo! Grazio! That was fun. Wow, this game's huge. Early access, the win. 2 lorries. Lorries? Holy crap.
2 lorries and 2 boats. Holy shit, man. Oh, 2 boats. Oh, it's such a Ah, these are all around.
So we're going all out. The lorries, not had them before, I'm sure they're super heavyweight. So I'm going crazy with the suspension material I've not used before properly. Let's see if it works. Securing the road here with the regular wooden beam. But you can see something obvious here that I didn't see when I was doing it. I realise in a bit.
Oh.
I would say of all the puzzles on this game as well, this is probably one of the top 5 hardest.
Oh yes.
So I got the bridge structurally sound then for its own weight. That's a 1 step forward. Now it's just a matter of getting it strong enough to carry the trucks, or the lorries as we call them in England. But there's still something that's pretty obvious when we look side on that. I was concentrating so much on the structure I didn't really see it. It's amazing how you get target fixation.
Oh, that's all we needed. Maybe it's on this side too. Oh crap.
There we go. A moment of realization.
You got it.
So now I'm just kind of aimlessly trying to reinforce everything with wood.
This time's a nice situation. Yeah, yeah. Just got some rich handles. I don't need yeah. How about? Where's the one? Oh, here's the
Just play with the A-frames now, just try and make them stronger. It's not really helping a lot.
Why are the wires snapping? Again, rock chip. Let's get boys. Let's get. Here's the
Kind of run out of money now, realizing this is a massive cluster. So I'm starting to remove the cables, and because I've run out of funds too. So removing cables gives me all the money back, and then I can add wood, make the wood bigger, increase the cross sections of the beams, play with the A-frames.
Come on, oh! Just then, right in there. Okay.
Dog's choking on something he's eating. That was my dog.
Ah. We may be in for a restart. Yeah, with the bath water. That's right. It's to be. It's RJ. Oh yeah, this one's easy. The one 3 months 4 hours. It's an absolute challenge.
So we start all over again. Fresh ideas. I think I was kind of disillusioned with the suspension bridge. It just didn't seem to work. Didn't seem to really carry much load. So I think now I was gonna go and try and do like a manual suspension bridge using steel and the cables, which has worked before.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Hey, we're gonna do oh shit. If we really do have use this. Oh, I think it is. No worries, I'm wrong.
The sign up there is because I actually originally streamed this on Twitch, so I left my sign on. But the Twitch crowd were really good to play this game with. It was a lot of fun. So here I'm just trying to tie the road into the metal structure at each side. Just try and transfer the load from the beam that carries the road into the metal structure.
So it's like this. Like so.
That little thing, it's like if you put a triangle like that against the wood, because there's only one attachment point really close, you get that pivoting motion, and that triangle will hit the wall and stop it doing that, so it gives it a reaction force. It really works.
Sure, so 1, 2 for this. So, 5 hours. 5 hours. Yeah, I like it. Go. There we go.
Yo, beauty. They really didn't want you to build down there, did they? 4 ferries. Come on, trucker, get your foot down, do your thing. Come on. Come on! So that design, it shows you it's worth sometimes just throwing it away.
First go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ha ha ha.
We could have used less cables. Ingenious, man. I told you I'm an engineer. Things come naturally.
One big three for that. It's 5 hours. That's my first iteration. I'm going to YouTube probably, and I'll like 10 minutes.
So we've got the double-decker bus. Straight from London, England. I was just admiring the scenery there before I started building. So as per usual, start off with our template road. This time I've realised I need to avoid the rectangle from the start. Again, using those little triangles against the rocks so we get the rotation force. It'll take load. Stop the pivot. If you see the overlap between the top and the bottom, it actually transfers the load. You need some more overlap than you would imagine. Trying to get a continuous load path there. Really reduce the speed of the replays here, so it helps you see what the weakest link is. Identify the weak spots.
Yes.
Problem is, everything is I really don't have much money, so I try and minimise material usage and I can add wood elsewhere. The bridge can carry its own weight there, but I think the ferry hit the road.
What the hell?
Yep, definitely ferry hitting the road.
So close. No, it's a question, so you're talk. And we'll push it down, all the road bits, basically the rest is down. So let's try it, just, let me show you that. It's very, it's like Keystone, Bridge. Ready to show my question essentially to you. Maybe it's very good, possibly.
Trying to move the road out of the way of that hitbox. This is just really more optimizing everything to try and get the load going by a straight path because there's no extra material available. So you can remove material where it's not required and add it where it is, as well as seeing the simulation.
Oh, it's not. Pretty close, guys. We can,
I don't know what I was doing there, it's kind of obvious. See the amount of money, so I'm really struggling and really trying to optimize stuff just to get the extra beam in where I need it.
Close. Doesn't help that he's jumping. Slow down, bus driver.
That's why I need to be a little bit stronger on the right-hand side, is because the bus was jumping over the hill. If I'd made the road a bit smoother, it may have helped.
These last few have not been too bad, considering the one I had a while ago was a nightmare. 18-metre double deck lift. Okay. Lift. Okay.
This one's pretty simple, so it's just two roads, one up and down. B has to go to the top, A has to go to the bottom. What we do figure out here is it is a bit more complicated. There's not enough road pieces provided.
Get an idea what's going on here?
So the bottom
Oh yeah,
one's
sorry
simple.
mate, I didn't, I know that's how you split it.
And then the top one has to ramp down using the same road and then ramp up again. So it does go from B to B from top to top, but it has to ramp down and ramp up. So you have to use the actuators and the split items to create drawbridges. And I think it gives you 2 extra pieces of road as well. So you see us on the left, we've got one example of what we need.
Okay. Okay, we're getting there. Does anything? We don't need all that. Okay, let's see what that does. Why do that when you can have fun? There you go, look at that. Beautiful. You can't make 2 parallel bridges because there's not enough road parts. It only gives you 11, so I used all the road parts I had.
Hey guys, that's all the missions available in the current early access, so that's a long video. I just kept it going on for 40 minutes or so. So if they make more missions, there'll be a part 4, definitely. And until then, or the next video, goodbye, thank you for watching.
Welcome guys to Easty and the Wolf. We are in a Formula A. A being the number 1 letter. I guess they don't use
Formula One because it's licensed out to, is it Codemasters who do the Formula One games? And you know Bernie Ecclestone from FIA Formula One is a greedy little guy, probably building his Moria caves in the Misty Mountains with all his money. So this is Silverstone GP track, and it's certainly the pinnacle of smooth driving in this car. Very, very touchy at slow speeds, and when you get the power on, it moves fast and it turns fast. It's because it has a lot of downforce with its aerodynamic spoilers and wings and things. There's a couple of things brought over because it's actually just a copy of the Formula One car, so if you are familiar with Formula One, you know about the KERS system. It's basically just a motor connected to the drivetrain, which